Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and it's March 1st, 2024. I cannot believe it. That's crazy. I haven't done any filming in a little bit. I didn't have COVID, but this time I got the flu, apparently. And apparently everyone at my job got the flu. And then I brought it home to my husband, and other people brought it home to their husbands, and it's been a snowball effect for the last week and a half. So, I haven't done any videos. I didn't do the Pisces, Deacon Walk start. I think we're in Pisces 2 now. I'm not even sure. It's been insane. Still have a cough that just doesn't seem to want to go away. I still have a really bad sinus infection that just doesn't want to go away. There's several things, but I thought since it is March 1st, 2024, that I would go ahead and do the decks I got in February. And again, this is a video I do every month. Whatever came into my collection, whether it be previous bought and then it finally came in or what have you. I always do decks I got in the previous month. So that's what this is. Bear with me because as you can tell, I'm still coughing. So, yeah, there's that. I have 8 things to show you. One is not a deck. Well, technically it's a deck. But it is tarot. Create your own tarot deck. With a full set of cards to color. So these are the backs, and then it's got basically a tarot deck inside that you can tear these out. This was like $3 on eBay. So I bought it. It's like 12, 15, 18 bucks on Amazon. Yeah, this was still brand new in the box though, for like $3 on eBay. So that's the first thing I got. Well, not the first thing, but it also gives you a little bit of information on now whatever deck this is, it's pretty cool and I want it. I like the colors in it, but that's pretty cool. But it gives you all the meanings of all the cards in the deck as well. So I thought that was pretty neat. Look at the coloring in that. Just stunning. Anyway, if you know what deck that is, let me know. And I got barbecue sauce on it just now. Earlier today. So I got that book kind of toward the beginning of February, but if you didn't know, these are the decks I got in February. So let's go from there. I did get these Care Bear playing cards. I saw them on Chanel Days, and I'm like, oh, I want them, and I bought them. They were on Amazon for like $8. They're super cute, just Care Bears, and I never had. Care Bears were a thing when I was a kid in the 80s. Teen, preteen, whatever. By the time I got around to wanting one, I was too old for it. So, but yeah. That's the Care Bear playing card. I thought they were pretty cool. As you know, I've been on a playing card kick lately. Between January and February, I probably bought 8, 9 playing card decks, something like that. I don't know. So let's keep that momentum going. So I think this is the last deck I bought, and I got a Berber bean around it because it comes in like a wooden box that doesn't magnetic close or anything, so the cards will fall out. But this is the Conjure cards by Jake Richards. This was like $18 on Amazon. These are really, really freaking cool. They have they're playing cards, but they also have their own meaning to them as well. And it says on the back, well, did I get sauce on everything? Oh my gosh. They're on the box here. I think I just laid them down. No. This is by Wiser Books. Wiser Books. And I can't read that. A unique divination deck based on the authentic, backwoods traditions, folklore, and superstitions of Appalachia. Includes 54 cards and a 64-page guidebook. So each one of these cards, and they're bigger than playing card size. These are the backs with the Luna Moth on the back, which is awesome. They're reversible on the backs. They're little thicker than what I would deem as normal playing card size, but they shuffle well. I've been using the crap out of them. But each card has a different image on it, and each card has its own assigned meaning, which is pretty cool. I got this deck a couple weeks ago. I've been using it nonstop. I mean, the flu about wiped me out. So there was at least 4 or 5 days there I wasn't doing anything. I'm lucky I was alive at that point. I had COVID back in February of last year, or 2023, and then I got COVID again briefly in December of 2023, kind of like, I guess, bookending the year. I would rather have had that strain of COVID than what I had the last week or so. It was horrible. There were like 3 days where I couldn't even, there was no energy. I couldn't do anything. So whatever this was, this new strain of flu or something, and it's funny because we were all joking about it at work today because everybody at my job practically has had COVID. We've all had shots. We've all had our vaccines and everything. We still all got COVID, but at different times. Whatever this strain of flu was, everybody got hit at once. I mean, at one point, there was only like 3 employees at the whole job because everybody had the same illness. So, it's been a weird couple weeks. But this deck is pretty cool. It's, to me, more of a alignment with the, what do you call it? Almost kind of like a Ouija board or something like that, like conjuring, more voodoo kind of thing to me. But I don't use it as such. I use it, but I mean, I have been getting to know it through the book. It's quite interesting, and I love that there's a brown Luna moth on there. Beautiful. So that's 2 decks. So now we're on to all the tarot. I feel like in January, I got nothing but Oracle card decks. And then like 1 tarot deck. And then I kind of went reverse in February. So I got everything else I have is tarot decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tarot decks. So we have one that's an indie. And it is the Metam Muse Tarot by Carrie Krogstad. This is a 2-part box. Again with the Luna Moth. Wow. I just realized that. This is an extra card in there. It tells you how, this is the certificate of authenticity. But these are the backs. Gorgeous. Looks like it's reversible. Gorgeous book. Got little thumbnails of the images. It's gold gilded. But it is the kind that kind of flakes off. And it is kind of a papery cardstock, but they shuffle, as you can see, amazingly well. Beautiful. I love it to pieces. It reminds me of my, my dog's getting into something back there. It reminds me of a couple other decks I have, which is why I went ahead and bought this one, just because, I'm finding I can never have too many, collage decks. That's been basically my last year, basically what I bought all last year on 2023. And this was probably the last one I even thought about buying, and I just didn't get around to it until 2024. Plus I won a gift card at work, so my job paid for the deck. It's a beautiful deck. I love the coloring. I actually really do dig the cardstock as well because it's so thin. It shuffles very, very well. Very, very well. It's so beautiful. Look at that. So beautiful. And I really like it. This is on Etsy. So it's the one deck this month I got that was an indie deck. Everything else you can find on Amazon. And I ate a sage till then. Cool. So that is the Metam Muse Tarot. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. Stunning. I just put that in upside down. Totally. Next, we have one of the big gets this month for me, which is the Mystic Palette Tarot by Chiara Marchetti. This was an indie deck that turned mass market by Llewellyn. There's two different versions of this deck. This is the sepia tone one. They're humongous cards. I mean, huge. They have a matte cardstock. I can't shuffle them traditionally. I have to shuffle them like that because they're so large. Plus, there's a misprint on the 9. Yeah, the 9 of Wands. It's still beautiful. It's still a stunning freaking deck. I still love it. I have the colored version that's indie, because this was an indie deck. It was the sepia tone and the colored version. Oh, this is my favorite string card too. Look at that. Look at that string card. The color version is just as beautiful. They're, to me, both gorgeous. And as soon as I found out, this one has been on my list for a long time. As soon as I found out it was coming out mass market for probably half of what I was going to pay for it, I decided to wait until I got it mass market. I didn't realize that the cardstock was different. I'm actually probably one of the few people that like Llewellyn's cardstock with their big boxes. And they didn't do that with the sepia one. They did that with the colored version. There's my kitty cat. They did it with the colored version, but not the sepia tone one. I think the sepia tone one is supposed to be coming out later this year as the full kit. But I also saw somebody with the colored version and the cards are just as big. And I'm like, I don't like the huge cards. I don't like the huge cards. I don't like the cardstock. And there's a misprint on the 9 of Wands. It says it's the full instead of the 9 of Wands. I do love this death card. It's one of my favorite death cards. I still love, it's Chiara Marchetti. I still love his work. Still love his decks. I'm waiting for this particular version to come out smaller and with their normal cardstock. That's what I'm waiting on. Because this one is just too large. Plus, I had to do a couple attempts to get it when I got it through Amazon because I didn't get the first one at all. So that was the Mystic Palette Tarot by Chiara Marchetti. Next, we have the first deck I got this month. The deck that basically is the... Oh my gosh, that scared the crap out of me. Hold on a second. Okay. So, this is the... Basically, every month I've decided I'm going to get a deck that has been on my list for a very, very long time. This was, I guess, the deck for February, the Hush Tarot. It is by US Games. This deck has been on my wish list since probably the beginning of my tarot journey. It's smaller cards than what I thought. Like the Urban Crow Tarot in the beginning of January that I bought it. That was like my card of the month for January. Or the deck of the month for January. The Urban Crow Oracle. Much like that, as soon as I got this and did a walkthrough, I'm like, yes, there's a reason why I wanted it. Reason why it's been on my list and has not come off my list. It's because it's freaking fabulous. And I'm just late to the party, and I used it the first half of the month constantly. Excuse me. It is so freaking fabulous. It is so stunning. It is so beautiful. I have no words. I love the cardstock. I love how small they are. I love everything about this deck. And I knew I would. I just hadn't. It's one of those that kind of falls through the cracks and you just don't get right away. And then I found another deck that's better, or I found another deck that's, it's like one of those decks, and it just kept falling through the cracks. Now, I will say, if I had waited and if I had gotten this right away, I probably would have not ever connected with it, because it is out there beyond RWS, and I did learn. That's my dog wanting outside again. Hold on a second. This is just one of those decks. Yeah, I got it at the right time, because I can appreciate it so much more now than I did back when I first saw it. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. That is the deck of the month of February, was the Hush Tarot by US Games. Gorgeous. Love it. So we got 2 decks left, and they're both by the same creator, because, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I went nuts this month and January. I went nuts this year. The Crow Tarot and the Wise Dog Tarot by MJ Cullinane. And I just pre-ordered another deck of hers today. So, because the second printing of, which I didn't even know this deck was a thing, the Unfinished Business Tarot. The second printing is now open again, and I missed the first one. I didn't even realize it was a thing until after it was already sold out. So, I'm well on my way to a full-on MJ Cullinane complete buyout decks. I mean, it's crazy. So, Crow Tarot is another one that's been on my list for a long time, but I'm like, I was never really like, I'm gonna get that deck. Until I started getting all the decks this year. The second I bought the Urban Crow Oracle, I knew I needed to get this deck. I love the coloring of it. I do have one indie deck, or 2 indie deck of hers now. I have the Beyond the Veil playing cards, which I got in January, which I did not know was a thing. And I also have the Grimmalkin Curious Cat Tarot, the second printing of it. It comes with a huge book and everything. I don't much like the cardstock on it because it's thin, but from what I understand, the Unfinished Business Tarot has a different cardstock. So that's what kind of tipped me over the scale today to go ahead and buy it. And they're not really that pricey for indie decks. This Crow Tarot, though, it was $18. It's been on sale since forever. It's her first tarot deck. I love this. Well, I pulled this twice today. I'm like, I never even paid attention to this full card. But the coloring of this deck is stunning. Which when I got the Urban Crow Oracle, which has been on my list for a very, very, very long time. As soon as I saw the coloring in it, I'm like, yeah, I've got to get the Crow Tarot now. Because something about the coloring in her decks is just fabulous. And it draws you in. And then you're like, what am I looking at? And sometimes it takes your eyes a minute to adjust to what you're looking at. But once you grasp the concept of what you're seeing, a whole story plays out. And it's a whole thing. And I'm just like, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Because you guys know, if you've got any of her decks, you're going to know. I'm late to the party getting the Crow Tarot. I'm late to the party getting the Wise Dog Tarot. But I have had so much fun the last couple weeks with these 2 decks. I'm actually been using them with the Urban Crow. Do you see all that? Something just flew through there. A lot of something. So the last deck, the Wise Dog Tarot by MJ Cullinane. Both this Crow Tarot and the Wise Dog Tarot are also US Games decks, right? Yeah, US Games. And then all of her other decks that have gone mass market are Hay House, which I like the card stock. Don't get me wrong. I can only shuffle these sideways, along with the Crow Tarot. I can only shuffle them sideways because it's just wide enough that I can't grasp that well. I do like the cardstock of these, but I prefer the Hay House cardstock because I have the Frahaxa Tarot and the Guardian of the Night Tarot on the Hay House cardstock, and I freaking love it. It's so much better for some reason on her decks, and I don't know. But anyway, once I saw Beyond the Veil playing cards and I got them, I was like, ooh, because the Beyond the Veil playing cards has all these other decks that I did not know existed, like the Royal Oracle, the Wise Dog Tarot. I didn't know that was hers. And I had been wanting... freaking cute. Look at that cuteness. I had been wanting a dog tarot deck, and I had been seeing this one, and I did not put two and two together that it was hers. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, I need it now because I'm buying all her decks right now. So yeah, that's how I went up with Wise Dog Tarot, and it's so freaking cute. I've been pairing it with the Crow Tarot because the Crow Tarot seems it's very dark to me. It's very dark and twisty. The Wise Dog Tarot is not. Look how cute. I mean, come on. Look how cute. I mean, it's so freaking cute that it offsets the darkness of the Crow Tarot. And then you have oh my God, look at her. She is so stunning. Stunning. It's been a beautiful thing working with all these decks together. And I'm still on the MJ Cullinane's kick because now I want to go back and pull out the Guardian of the Night and the Faraxa and all the other stuff and just work with them all. But that is all the decks I got in the month of February. Yeah, that's the decks I got in February. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. If you guys have any of these decks, let me know in the comments. If you're waiting on them, let me know how you work with them, what you pair them with, whatever. I would love to hear from you. But that's it for now, and you guys have a good night. Bye.